Well, why don't you tell us, first of all, Cliff Edwards, Ukulele Ike, what you're doing out here in Hollywood and how long you've been here? And
Well, I've been here now for about, I came out in 1929 from Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer.
They brought you out here?
Yes.
Was it from a Broadway play?
No, I was in vaudeville.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing the Orpheum Theater downtown, and Irving Thalberg happened to drop in and saw me and just made me a price, and that's all there was to it.
You were a very big name in vaudeville, though, before the movies,
Yes,
weren't you?
very much.
Yeah. Were you named Ukulele Ike even in the vaudeville days?
Yes.
How did you get that name?
Well, I was working for Mike Fritzl in Chicago, a cafe on the west side, and there was a waiter named Spot, and he never could think of my name, and he'd say, "Hey, Ike, come here." So I just took the name Ike and added ukulele to it and made a trade name out.
Who are your friends from the old days, from movies and from vaudeville that you still see in Hollywood?
Well, Clark Gable,
Mm-hmm.
and Lee Tracy, and Joan Crawford. Oh, practically everybody on the MGM lot.
Mm-hmm.
Highland Flame.
What kind of money now would a headliner in those days have made in vaudeville? What would be like the top kind of money?
Oh, about $2,000 a week. I was in New York, and a chap by the name of Friendly called me up and said, "Would you like to play the Palace alone?" I said, "Well, sure." So I went down to the theater, and he got the first hit of it. And he did, and it was fine for me. They said, "Here he is, Cliff Edwards, Ukulele Ike, all your own." So I walked on and sang, "When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are, anything your heart desires will come to you." That was from the Disney picture, Pinocchio.
Mm-hmm.
It always tickled me to death that people would pay that much attention to strangers in the picture business.
We've got just a few more minutes left, and I try to ask people when I can remember it about the cars they drove, because an awful lot of people who listen to these programs are big car buffs. What are some of the wonderful cars you drove when you were a star?
Well, I used to drive a Packard and a Bearcat Stutz.
Oh yes, very smart car.
Oh yeah. I had what they called one of the first. I think his name was Moskowitz in Indianapolis, where the Stutz was built.
Well, Cliff Edwards, Ukulele Ike, it's been nice visiting with you here on a kind of a dark day in Hollywood. I wish it would clear up. It's kind of depressing to me coming from New York. It was very sunny when I left New York.
Well, this isn't so bad here now.
Yeah, well, I'm still kind of anxious to get back to New York.
Well, I'd like to get back myself.
Well, if you come back, I hope you'll see me. Maybe we'll do another program together.
All right, I certainly will.
I've been chatting today with Mr. Cliff Edwards, known for many, many years on stage, screen, and radio as the Ukulele Ike. This is Richard Lamparski. Thank you for listening. We'll see you again next week at the same time. Good night.